So one of you guys actually told me about this story that's out there about Jamie Foxx, and I thought it was quite an interesting story, and I wanted to come back here and let us have a conversation about it. Now, I wanted to kind of stretch this to everything that we've stated about the flag community, right? And all that kind of jazz and everything that goes on over there, the conversations and whatnot. And you will see something that's very, very intense in this. But not only that, I want us to extend that conversation into how does that look for the end time? How does this tell you the state of mind of people in the end time? It's the Reality Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. If it's the first time over here, do check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments. If it is your first time over here, we do this on a daily basis. So subscribe to the channel. There's always stories that are just wild and crazy. Hey, I'm the guy online willing to have a conversation with you about it on the daily. So this story came out, and if you haven't seen it, is this one right here. And in anti-Semitic Discord around Jamie Foxx's Jesus post, evidence of culture clashes and stuff like that. That's what the post says. Now, in the post, basically, if you didn't hear about it, Jamie Foxx made this post online that seemed to have pissed off a lot of people. Now, if you go to his Instagram page, you only actually get to see on his post, you actually got to see only the apology. And on the apology, you can see Mandem says, hey, I want to apologize to the Jewish community. He didn't realize that it offends people, blah, 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 and the whole nine yards. Now, quite the interesting part of it is that in this entire thing, Jamie Foxx, if you hear what Jamie Foxx's words were, you would really, your head will shrink into you. I kid you not. And the reason why your head will shrink is because I'm telling you, people are just out there being sensitive about everything. Everything. If anything is anything, they tend to be pissed off about it either ways. Now, the post that's in question here, it's this post right here, right? And so if you check it, he says that they killed this dude named Jesus. That's all he said. They. Okay? He didn't say more than that. He said they. They were offended by the word they. Right there. So they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? He even makes sure, under there, the original post, says hashtag fake friends. The post is clearly about fake friends. He ain't trying to preach to you. He's not saying, come to Jesus. No, none of that. He said, there was a person who was named Jesus who was killed by a certain people, whoever they are. Now, what is the issue here? Remember when we spoke about the flag community, we said they know what the Bible says. They can't change what the Bible says. What they can seek to do is to change what you say. And I think in this post, you can see exactly that. They seek to change how you can phrase this particular stories, how you can phrase these particular terms or these entire ideas. Think about, if you may, what the Bible says here. The Bible, in the book of Acts, chapter number 5, verse 28, if you go back into the context of that verse right above me, it says that, I'm going to enlarge that a little bit there. Right, it says they brought them in and made them stand before the Sanhedrin, right? And it says where the high priest interrogated them, we gave up strict orders to not to teach in his name, and he said, yet you have filled Jerusalem with your teaching and are determined. Pause. Follow the verse. And are determined to make us responsible for this man's blood. You see that verse there? It's the reason why they cannot accept it. It's the reason, the real core reasons why they are mad at Jamie Foxx's post. It's exactly the same reasons why the Sanhedrin of the day was angry at Jamie, at the apostles. Why? Because they had not stopped preaching that Jesus was killed by the Mandams. You see, like the same way you have it with the flag people, the flag community, right? The flag community, they can't change what the Bible says about their whole predicament, right? They can't change that. Even they want to go to church, maybe a church that understands them, because church is about them. They can't change that. So what they seek to do is to change Think about this. They can't change what the Bible says. They seek to change what you say about it. Third scenario. Think about the words of blind Bartimaeus, the story of blind Bartimaeus. Blind Bartimaeus is healed by Jesus, and blind Bartimaeus comes in and they asked him, who healed you? What happened to you, Mandam? Blind Bartimaeus is very straightforward. This is the man that healed me. He did this, he did this. They call his parents. Excuse me, is this the story? Is this what it is? Is this man them truly healed? And they say, no, ask him. He's our son. We've known him to be blind, but now it looks like it's the contrary. But ask him. He's an adult. He can answer for himself. They didn't want to get kicked out of the temple, right? Blind Bartimaeus comes up. He's like, you know what? What do you say? They ask him, what do you say about it? And he's like, man, I've told you several times. Why is it that you guys don't want to just agree with that? And I said, the idea is to change what you say about it. The same way here, they could come up and say, you know what? You can't stop or you can't cease. In the book of Acts, chapter number 5, verse 20, you just don't want to stop accusing us of this man's blood. That's exactly what's happening to Jamie Foxx. You see, till date, it still eats them up. I saw all these articles about people that are supposedly accepting his apology and so forth and whatnot. I saw one particular brotherhood. I don't know. This brotherhood here. I don't know who he is. The CEO of anti-defamation, what, yeah, whoever, whatever. It's like, oh yes, we thank you for clarifying your brother. Why are you so antichrist? The core of the matter is that they can't change what history records about who did what where. So what they seek to do is to change what you say about it. They can't change how history records it. If they can seek to change anything, they can seek to change what you say about it. And that's the goal. Even back in the period of the Antichrist, as I stated, we can literally take this and go there. In the time of the Antichrist, the goal is to get people to agree that it is right to kill all people for whatever ideologies they hold. It is right. It literally makes it right. That's the only state that actually makes sense. And if you look back in the period of COVID, you would have seen us literally being made to hate certain people because they refuse either to take vaccines or whatever. Why? Because the goal is they can't change how you define life. But if they can get you to demean other people's life, great. The same way, they can't change what history says about who... Guys, the Bible literally puts them saying, may his blood be upon us and our children. That's not us. The Bible literally puts it there. They said that. It's not us. They said, may his blood be upon us and our children. So history, what does history then say? They killed Jesus. But then, the thing that they are hating here, the thing that they are trying to change here is what you see in the book of Acts. Will you not stop putting us responsible of this man's death? They seek to change how you speak about it. The question is, what testimony will you hold? Like Jamie Foxx, will you come out apologizing, or what is going on? Does it change your testimony? Does it change what you say about it? Ricky, I'll leave that to you.